Hello friends and welcome once again to my channel Ticket to Canada. Today I am back with another evaluation and as always I say, if you want your essay to be evaluated, you are most welcome to drop your writing in the comment section and I'll certainly be getting back to you. And before starting this essay, I'll just request you all to please like this video and subscribe my channel. So without any further ado, let's jump to the essay. The question prompt states that as technology is advancing, some people think that soon there would be no role of teachers. Do you agree or disagree? Before starting this essay, I'd like to request you all to please pay attention on your word count. The word limit is 250 and I've came across certain essays which are of say 320, 350 words. I request you all to please limit your essay to approx 280 to 290 words. Don't stretch it more than 300. It will be beneficial for you and will be time saving as well. So moving on to the introduction. In this contemporary epoch, technology is changing at a rapid pace and has replaced manpower with machines. Now I'd like to stop over here. I do understand that you people want to come up with certain fancy words so that they put a mark on examiner eyes that they are very fluent with their lexical resources, but that doesn't mean that you should be putting certain words which kind of not fitting in the context. Like here it's epoch. Epoch is not something like the present time or present era. It's like something talking, if you're talking about something in the history or being specific to any person, then you're using this word epoch. In this context, you'll be writing word like in today's time or in the present scenario, these type of word. Please come up with fancy word, but make sure that it should fit in the context which you are writing. Okay, moving on. Some people believe that teaching methodology will be swapped by technology like it did in other sectors like automobile and manufacturing. Now I'd like to stop you here again. See, here question prompt is not asking anything about any other sector, about the advancement of technology in other sectors. So you need not to mention this line like it did in other sectors like automobiles and manufacturing. You no need to talk about this thing. And additionally, you haven't mentioned anything about this line in your main body paragraphs 1 and 2. So it's again a big blunder. First thing is that you should not write anything which is not in the question prompt. Okay, moving on. I do not agree with the notion that this is not going to happen anytime soon in the future. First thing, this line is grammatically incorrect. Another thing, you can just write this much, that I do not agree with this notion. You're done with your introduction by writing this line. In fact, it's much cohesive because you are just referring to the previous statement, that just by writing this notion. Okay, additionally, if you want to write this line, then what you can do, because this line kind of sounds like very layman language, what you can write is that I do not agree with this notion that this is going to happen in near future. Instead of writing this is going to happen anytime soon in the future, you can write near future. It will be more formal. It's a formal, essays are always formal, so try to keep your tone and language formal. Moving on to main body paragraph 1. There is no doubt that the output and efficiency of technology for repeated tasks is far more superior than that of humans. But when it comes to teaching, which needs supervision and attention, machines are way inferior to human, and this development will take several decades. Now, although this line is written very beautifully, but if you want to just cut short certain word, you can eliminate this line. Although it's very good, but kind of means you have to read it twice to understand the topic sentence. Like here, the topic sentence is teaching needs supervision and attention. So you can just start your sentence, means main body paragraph 1 with from here only, that teaching needs supervision and attention. Machines are way too inferior to human and this development will take several decades. This is a perfectly beautiful line and it's kind of wholesome. But still, if you are comfortable with writing this line, it's completely fine. Although I kind of like this line after reading it twice. Okay, moving on. Student learn things from their parents in this their early childhood, and they are not habitual to learn through robots or predefined programs. So it will become very difficult for them to adopt new changes. As a result, their parents will not agree to teach them using new technology. Very beautifully written, very clear, crystal clear. This is what an IELTS examiner is looking for. That you should give a very comprehensive and beautiful reasoning for whatever topic sentence you are putting just before your reasoning, and it is very beautifully written. I'll just like to read it again. See, students learn things from their parents in their early childhood, very clear, and they are not habitual to learn through robots or predefined program, perfectly fine. So it will become very difficult for them to adopt new changes. Perfect. As a result, means from here, this is a closing sentence which is very beautifully written, which is kind of complementing the question prompt again. You're kind of answering your question, the question prompt. As a result, their parent will not agree to teach them using new technology. And till now, it's very cohesive because you are kind of sticking to whatever you believe, means you do not agree and you're just giving the reasoning for that. Moving on to the main body paragraph 2. However, a teacher can predict. However, no, it will be additionally, because you're kind of giving another reason for why means teachers are more important than the technology, or why teachers should be given the priority than technology. So it will be additionally. However, will be you'll be using however in the place of but more most of the time. So however is not kind of fitting in this context. So it will be additionally. Additionally, a teacher can predict the learning capabilities of each student in a class, and based on that, he can give extra effort to weaker students so that they can also grow well with other students. Instead of this writing that they can grow well with other students, you can write a much better word like be competitive to other students. That will be more formal and more beautiful, I must say. Moreover, a teacher also teach moral and ethical values which lay the foundation to become a good human in addition to a good student. Very beautiful. Apart from that, instead of writing apart from that, you should be writing on the contrary, because you are writing something against to the teacher. Like on the contrary, artificial intelligence is not much advanced, which can help to motivate and build confidence in difficult times of the students. Okay. Therefore, an instructor will be needed who can help to make the overall development of child. Very beautifully written, and this closing sentence is completely fine, amazing. This overall main body paragraph 2 is very cohesive, kind of in alliance with the main body paragraph 1. That's what an IELTS examiner is looking for if you are completely agreeing to the question prompt. Moving on to the conclusion, in the you have written in the end, but it will be at the end. Okay, and above all, you should not be writing in the end or at the end. You should just start your conclusion with to conclude. That's perfectly fine. I have already told in my earlier essays that no need to be more fancy while you're writing the conclusion. To conclude is perfectly fine. Just go with to conclude. It's not like that you will be getting a negative marking because most of the people are using the word to conclude. Please stick to the word to conclude. To conclude, I strongly reaffirm that to fill the shoes of the teachers, there is a lot of improvement that needs to be done in technology, which is not going to happen very early, and students will be continuing their studies with the help of the teachers. Now here I like to point out one thing, that you should not write this word shoes of the teacher. It's kind of idiom, and idioms is something which is not an IELTS examiner is looking for. Idioms, most of the idioms are informal, and essay is formal. To make sure to just paraphrase this sentence and write something else instead of shoes of the teacher. Okay, sorry, from here, fill the shoes of the teacher. So overall essay, it's a good essay. Although I always try to be a devil's advocate so that students keep on improving themselves. Still means I think that it will be a 7 band essay, but I have given it a 6 or 6.5 because there are certain grammatical aspects which you haven't covered, and there are lots of article errors. If you see, I've highlighted your grammatical errors in red and made the correction right next to it in green. And most of the errors in grammar is in article. Like see, the technology, it would be technology. Here, the new, it will be new. Then just a moment. Yes, the confidence, it will be only confidence. In difficult times, in a difficult times, is not required. It's in difficult times. Then in at these type of errors, I mean most of the errors in grammar are article errors. Make sure to pay attention on the articles, otherwise you will be certainly losing a band or two. For task response, I'll be saying you'll be getting a 6.5 or maybe 7 as well, because you have very beautifully written and you stick to your belief that you are not gonna agree with this notion. And you've very beautifully explained it all. For a lexical resource, I'll say you'll be getting a 5.5. One is because this epoch is not fitting over here. Apart from that, you have used certain good vocabulary like swapped and not much, but try to come up with certain topic related vocabulary. Means if you're talking about, say, teachers or school, you should be using word like academic or academic scholars, like this. If you're talking about technology, advancement in technology, this era of technology will see new horizon, these type of word you must be coming up with. For coherence and cohesion, I'll say you'll be getting 6.5, 6 or maybe 6.5, because your main body paragraph 1 and main body paragraph 2 is really very cohesive, very in alliance with your question prompt. You've very beautifully closed your main body paragraph 1, main body paragraph 2, started it pretty well with good topic sentences, explained it pretty well. Reasoning is very good. So I have given it a 6, but it deserves a 6.5 or maybe a 7. But as I've already told you, I'll always be a devil's advocate. I want my students to improve. So still, there's always scope for improvement. But it's after a very long time, I've came up with found a very beautiful essay. Keep up with the good work and try to improve with the changes which I have mentioned. If you have any query related this evaluation, please feel to drop your question in the comment section, and I'll certainly be getting back to you. I think I'm done with this essay, and thank you. All the best. Good luck.